Hey guys, Mason Ramon here, and welcome to another Kaiju figure review. And today, I will be reviewing the NECA GMK Godzilla. Okay, there we go, that's better. Got the exposure value turned up, I think. Yeah, I could have swore I did. Okay, so now that I got the exposure value and the lighting fixed, this Godzilla figure, I do have mixed emotions on him. But I don't hate him. I actually like the figure, but I have mixed emotions on him. I know that kind of doesn't make sense, but let's just get into the figure, shall we? I'm going to start off with the detail. Alright, let me just, I'm going to bring him over. Alright, let's start off with this guy's head. Now, as you can see, the head, if I can focus him, there we go. As you can see, GMK's head, it actually looks like GMK. It does. It does look like GMK Godzilla. No, it's not because of the white eyes, as you can see here. It's because of all the facial features, it actually resembles GMK. But the thing that bothers me a little bit is that the snarl, it's like, snarl with your mouth closed, but not with your mouth open, because that's a little weird. It's only a minor problem. It's not a big deal. So the head is actually really nice. Even the spines up on the top, they're really nicely detailed. Oh, and also, if you look here on the teeth, they're all individually sculpted. Even on the bottom, yeah, the bottom teeth they're smaller, so I couldn't really tell. Now, if I go inside the mouth, you cannot really see it. I got a flashlight to help that out. Now there's the inside of the mouth. If I can shine the light inside, there we go. You can see that it's actually nice and detailed inside the mouth. And on the tongue as well. It looks really nice too. So that's a plus. That's a big plus. Alright. There's the neck. The neck actually looks really nice too. I like the neck details on him. Now let's move on to his torso. The torso, it does look like GMK as well. It does look like GMK. It actually resembles GMK's mold as well, the suit. I was like, what the hell am I thinking, like, I don't know. Alright, let's move on to his arms. Now his arms, they're kind of big. They're actually just a little bit big. They're a little too big, in my opinion. GMK's arms were just a tiny bit smaller, but these don't really bother me. I can use them good for stop motion, but that's a good thing, though. But the arms are just kind of too big, but they're really nicely detailed, though. It's really nice. And as you can see on the hands, it actually looks really nice. He's got these big old hands where he can fight kaiju. He did have big hands in the movie. That's a plus there. Really nice hands. With really long claws, too. And really nicely detailed claws. I like the detail on the claws. Yeah, but anyways. Let's move down to his legs. Now, the legs, they're a little short. They're just a little short, in my opinion. They could have just made them a little bit thicker and longer. Just a little bit, though. But it's not a big problem. And I like the feet, too. The feet, they look really big. They're really nice and big. Just like in the movie, they're really huge. It's like he's wearing these old clown shoes. But that's not the case. Even the detail on the toenails are really nice, too. And on his feet, too. Oh, I'm sorry. The shadows are getting in the way. Yeah, the details on the feet, they're really nicely done. Let's get on to the spines here. Okay, let me just focus on the spines. If I can get this fucking thing to work. Here, you know what? Here, I'll just bring them up. I'm going to bring them up to you guys. Instead of just wasting my time just focusing on a far angle. There we go, up close it looks better. The spines are actually really nice. They're really nicely done. I really like the look of the spines. They look exactly like the GMK spines. One thing is there's a little bit of a gap here, but that's not a problem. But there's not really a smaller spine here to kind of cover for it. But it's not a huge problem, just a minor. And now lastly, the tail. The tail is actually pretty nice in my opinion. It's actually at a decent length. GMK's tail wasn't incredibly long. They could have just made it like a tad bit longer, but that's not a huge problem in my opinion. But the tail, it does look really nice. It's all serrated with all those serrated edges on there and all the little details and shit. I really like that. And the little spines on the tail. Okay, from this one and this one, it's a little weird. And they're kind of spread out too. But from like here all the way to the tip. Good detail. So, okay, I kind of messed them up a little bit. I'll fix them up. So, overall, the general sculpt, it looks like GMK Godzilla. There's only a few minor problems, but detail is a plus in my book. I like that. Okay, and now into the next part of the figure. This is the only major thing that bothers me. And the major thing that bothers me is pretty much the paint job. So, I'm going to show you right now. With my light here, I'm going to bring them in a little bit so you can see them. Focus. Actually, the head's the best example in my book. Is the flashlight gonna work? Yeah, there we go. Now, as you can see here, GMK Godzilla is not this overly green, and it's very weird. He's not all green. The GMK incarnation was never green. Like, the only Godzilla I've seen who's green is probably the 70s Godzilla. Probably 1973, I think. That's what I've seen. But GMK Godzilla was never green. He was either a dark... He was just a charcoal black. That's it. He was never this overly green. So, they did get the white eyes right. That's what I like about that. Now, I also want to show you guys in the mouth here. Let me just bring his teeth up. Focus. Now, as you can see with this guy's teeth, the gum paint is actually bleeding right through the teeth. And the teeth paint, it's pretty sloppily applied. And it doesn't look that good. Yeah, they could have done better with the teeth at least. The spines, however, that is the good thing. The spines... Oh, I didn't want that. I just want focus. The spines on this guy are actually a nice pale white color with like a bluish gray tint running down it. That is actually really nice. I like that. Now, there's another thing that kind of makes me a little confused is the claws and the toenails. The toenails will be a better example. If you look closely at the claws, you can see that there's like a red bleed running through the claws. Let me just shine the light on it. I think you can see that, but on the toenails, that's a better example. If you can see the red bleed running through the toenails, that's really bad. I'm like, what the fuck? What's up with the red bleed going through the toenails? I mean, is he like stepping in blood? Look at that. It's sloppily applied, and it's like, dude, that's not good. And the paint transition is another thing. From the spines to the base of the tail, it's like, I don't know. It's like completely white spine with, boom, just plain old green with just like, boop, 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 just little polka dots of white on it. That's not good, dude. That's terrible. So, that's like the major downfall with this figure is pretty much the paint job. Paint job is not that good. Alright, now let's get on to this, pretty much the savior of the figure, and that's the articulation. First, we have the head. The head can look down this far. It can't look up. It can only look straight. That's not, I don't know. The mouth, it's on a hinge. And if you point it sideways, it looks really awkward, in my opinion. But forward, looking at it forward, it looks good. But this is another problem about the mouth. You can actually, if I can get my light going through it, you can actually see the hinge inside the mouth. That's awful. They could have made the tongue just a little bit bigger. So yeah, and the neck, it's pretty hard to move, but I can try and get it without breaking the figure. You can get him to go down like this far. You can make him look at his crotch. And you can't have him look up because of the spine. You can only look at him straight. The waist, you can only get it to swivel like this. That's kind of limited, but you can get him to rotate. Like so. But keep in mind with the spines. Just watch out for that. Because I don't want to risk it breaking or something. Moving on to his arms. Let me just back this camera up a little bit. Moving on in the arms. The shoulders. Focus. Okay. The shoulders. You can rotate them at the shoulders at a full 360 degrees, but I'm not going to do that because it's a little stiff. But it's a good range of movement to begin with. I like that. The elbows. They're on a ball joint. No, I take that back. It's on a hinge. It's not on a ball joint. You can actually get them to go up like this. Go way down like that. And you can actually rotate them just a little bit. And now with the hands, that's another feature. They're on ball joints. You can rotate them 360. You can get the palm to go up like this. Or down like that. Now also, another cool feature added. The fingers. They're on hinges. You can get them to go out. Like if you're... Sorry about that. Like if you're grabbing something. Or bring them back in to make a fist. Make it look like you're going to punch somebody. So that's a pretty nice plus for a NECA figure. I like that. Moving on to the legs. You can not really rotate them like... You can rotate them like this. I don't know about 360. I'm not going to do so because I don't want to break them. The knees are on a hinge. You can get them to go that far back. And you can get them this far straight. And they can also rotate just a little bit. Now at the feet, they're on ball joints also, but you can't really do much with them. You can only do this, but you can rotate them. So yeah. And now onto the tail. Two of the ball joints are really stiff and the other two are like nicely loose. The first one at the base, oh my god, it's really tight. The second one, it's not as tight, but it is quite tight. Third, really nice and loose. And now this one, you can get it to rotate like this, and the rest of it is a bendy wire, and you can bend it wherever you want, but I really don't like that, because the wires can break kind of easily if you mess with it too much. So yeah, articulation is good, but it's actually kind of limited. Now I'm going to compare this figure with some other Godzilla figures. Now here he is compared to the Bandai Creation GMK Godzilla, and oh my god, it looks 10 times better. Here he is compared to the Revoltech Showa Baragon. That actually looks really nice. Here is him with the Bandai GMK Mothra. That also looks pretty accurate. The Bandai Heisei King Ghidorah. It looks alright. In my opinion, it looks okay. And last but not least, the GMK King Ghidorah. And holy crap, that actually looks really nice. King Ghidorah literally dwarfs Godzilla. But in the actual GMK movie, Godzilla was actually bigger than King Ghidorah. Which is kind of ironic, because King Ghidorah is actually a lot bigger than Godzilla. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. I like it this way, in my opinion. It looks really nice. Now you guys are probably wondering, what is my final verdict on this figure? Well, it's actually a nice figure. There's actually quite a few problems with it. Like, the paint job. That's the major problem. The major problem is pretty much the paint job. But, There's also a couple limited points of articulation on there, but articulation is still really nice. It's really nicely captured for this guy. And, sorry, bit of a cough. It's really nicely captured on this guy. A couple of minor parts of details a little weird, like that snarl that he has. But the good thing about this guy is that the detail is incredibly nice. The general sculpt looks like GMK Godzilla. The spines are amazing. The detail itself, the figure as a whole is really nice. I really like the detail. The articulation is really good. The sizing, I love the sizing. So, that is my final verdict on this GMK Godzilla. And I am going to give NECA GMK Godzilla a 7.5 out of 10. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more kaiju figure reviews. Have a good day, everybody.